The final episode of Any Given Weekday is here. The 1996 season comes to an end with Super Bowl I featuring the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. The Packers got a strong offense featuring Brett Favre, Terrell Davis, Tim Brown, and Antonio Freeman, as well as Ben Coates at tight end. And on the defensive side, they got Reggie White anchoring the defense and Cortez Kennedy backing him up on that defensive line. 15-2 Miami Dolphins are the opponents to the 19-0 Green Bay Packers. Dolphins offense features Marvin Harrison Sr., Marshall Faulk, Kerry Collins, Joey Galloway, and YN Sharp. Their defense is carried by Rod Woodson, Doug Evans, and Willie McGinnis. Hope you guys have been enjoying Any Given Weekday and the content that has been pushed out as of recently. If you guys are enjoying it, make sure you leave a like, drop a comment down below of any commentating lines you want me to say in the future, your favorite commentating lines that I've said in the past, and anything else that you've appreciated about Any Given Weekday. And make sure you subscribe. I appreciate you all. And let's get back to some Any Given Weekday football. Big as the what? We big as the Super Bowl. 1996 Super Bowl with the Miami Dolphins facing off against the Green Bay Packers. The Packers come into this game undefeated, but Miami didn't fly here for the weather. They flew here to make history. Kerry Collins and Brett Favre face off in the 1996 Super Bowl in the San Francisco Stadium. Both teams have a fire-powering offense. The running game that the Miami Dolphins have is kind of take over. Brett Favre and his offense, they're all about the air game. Remember, this is 1996 football. No soft coverage, no quarterback protection, just pure physicality. This is an era of smash mouth runs. Reggie White is an outstanding game wrecker who features the Green Bay Packers defense, whereas Rod Woodson looks to lock down the whole side of the field for the Miami Dolphins. Who you guys got today? Put your teams in the chat. Put your teams in the chat. Big as the Super Bowl. Michael Bates gets ready to return the kickoff. The Miami Dolphins kicking the ball to the Packers first. Again, this is CPU versus CPU. Michael Bates gets the ball. Actually, it's only Antonio Freeman who gets smacked. Gets the ball to about the 20-something yard line. Brett Favre threw his first interception last week. He's not fazed by that because he's a gunslinger. This Packers offense is on fire. And they run it to Terrell Davis, who runs right up the middle. Gains 14 yards on the first carry. Terrell Davis, what an amazing running back. He runs angry. Every carry looks like he's trying to make a move. Terrell Davis gets the ball again for the second time, and the defender can't get him as he runs on the outside, and he breaks away. Rod Woodson tries to get him, but he can't. As Terrell Davis runs a long 60-yard touchdown. Fireworks begin blowing off in San Francisco. Terrell Davis and the Packers are on the board. Green Bay got 7. The Dolphins get ready to field a kick return after that long rushing touchdown. As we have number 85 for the Dolphins, who breaks the first tackle, gets tackled shortly down at the 30-yard line. Kerry Collins taken on the field, finished the season with 3,636 passing yards, has 67 completion percentage with 37 touchdowns on 3 interceptions. Kerry Collins and Marshall Faulk single backfield, trips left, play action pass. Hits his receiver, 88, Marvin Harrison gets the first catch for the Dolphins today. Offense trying to come out firing. Marvin Harrison gets 2 back-to-back catches as they run it with Marshall Faulk, who gets the first down after reaching for it. They run it again, outside handoff to Marshall Faulk, who gets tackled shortly. 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. Kerry Collins finds his tight end, Shannon Sharp, who gets 4 yards on the catch. Carry, drops back, surveys the field, hits his receiver wide open. Talk about a dot. Kenny McCardle brings that catch in. Kerry Collins has a lot of open field, dumps it off to his blocking tight end as they get closer to the first down, but there's going to be a roughing the passer on a defender. So as they have a getting near first and goal, he hits an RPO to Shannon Sharp, who slides before getting close to the first down marker. Can't get there necessarily. So 2nd and inches from the 2-yard line. They give it to Marshall Faulk, who jumps right in for the touchdown. Miami gets right back on the board, 7-all. The roughing the passer penalty puts the Dolphins in good position, and they capitalize with a diving touchdown. So that's going to make it 7-all. As the Packers begin to return, number 84, and he gets tackled down after getting to the 35-yard line. Brett Favre comes back out. They hand it to Terrell Davis again, who jukes a defender, tries to break past another defender, but gains 15 on the carry. He's making a statement after getting shut down for only 76 yards last week. And by shut down, you think 76 yards is great. Well, he's normally a 100-yard rusher. Broke one off for 40 yards and was able to capitalize on a horrible day with that 40-yard touchdown 2 weeks ago in the NFC Championship. And Brett Favre finds another receiver. This is going to be Tim Brown who gets the first down. So another run. They run it with Terrell Davis, who trucks wide Woodson and gets the first down. These teams are coming hard. Bell Cowan plowing through people. As he hits his wide receiver, Antonio Freeman, didn't get any gain. As he slides across the field and tries to hit his wide receiver, number 87. As tight end Ben Coates drops the ball. Dolphins defense comes up and stifles them, but the Packers say we're ready to score. As they do get the defensive end to jump, he didn't get the first down, but encroachment penalty would be more than enough to move the chains.
Automatic first down.
That defensive penalty is going to hurt them. As they stop the offense from gaining yards. Again, as they hand it off to the running back, this is the backup. They need to put their bell cow back in if they want to try to get something done. As Brett Favre surveys the field, finds somebody, and he almost throws his 2nd interception of the year as the defender makes a dive and swat. So Miami Dolphins comes back out on defense, and they almost get another interception. The defender can't come down with it, but they still hold the offense to a 4th and 8. They have to settle for a field goal. They're almost scoring. Dolphins couldn't capitalize on 2 interception attempts right there. That makes the score 10-7. As the Packers kick it off to the Dolphins. Dolphins trailing by 3. Field the kick return. Kenny McCardle. McCardle at the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, and he has open field. Gets tackled down in midfield near the logo. So the Dolphins comes back on offense. This Dolphins roster is fast, physical, and absolutely built for a playoff run. As Kerry Collins surveys the field, hits Shannon Sharp, who drops it. Shannon Sharp is their featured tight end. Basically invented the modern tight end before it was cool. Kerry Collins hands this off on a halfback draw to Marshall Faulk, who jukes one defender and gets tackled shortly. Gains 6 yards on the carry. Marshall Faulk is an absolute cheat code. Talk about having power, speed, and hands all in one. Everything you want in one running back, he has it. Kerry Collins hits Shannon Sharp after dropping the ball on the first attempt. So 1st and 10 from the 37 as the Dolphins is beginning to move the ball. A handoff to Marshall Faulk, who gets tackled by Cortez Kennedy. 2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line. A fake motion as Reggie White eats that up. Chop, chop, big fella. Kerry Collins surveys the field, finds his receiver, Shannon Sharp, as he gets open, tries to break the tackle, but tackles shortly after gaining all that yardage. So that's going to be 1st and 10 and the end of the first quarter. The Green Bay Packers lead the first quarter of the Super Bowl 10-7. Bunch of amazing plays happening right now as Terrell Davis has a touchdown on his end and the Dolphins has a touchdown of their own as they look to score another one. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Miami Dolphins give a handoff outside to Marshall Faulk as Kerry drops back, tries to find a receiver. Need 12 for a first. 15 for a touchdown as he finds his receiver and he gets popped. I told you these teams were physical as the receiver gets popped right there. Roughing the passer. 3 and out. Marshall Faulk runs it. Marshall Faulk, play action actually, as he has 88. Marvin Harrison wide open on the bootleg. Touchdown. Miami as they take the lead in the Super Bowl. 14-10 as he hops and jumps and throws it. Marvin Harrison wide open on that outside zig route. And safety couldn't even cover him. So as the Dolphins lead 14-10 after that PAT, the Packers get ready to field the ball. Number 84 fields a return, and he's tackled down at the 22-yard line. 2nd and 9 from the 24. Hits his receiver, Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis runs and tries to juke a defender. He only gains 2 yards on the catch. So look at the Dolphins defense, holding the Packers offense to a 3rd and 7 at their own 26-yard line. Brett Favre, feeling the pressure, finds his receiver wide open on the outside. That's number 82, Michael Bates, who gets the first down. Packers, 1st and 10. Throws a quick screen pass as that gains 7 yards on the catch. As a play-action pass, finds his receiver, Antonio Freeman. Antonio Freeman gets a good 17 on a kick, moving the chains to the 42-yard line. This team is looking to score as they hand it off to Terrell Davis, who jumps right up through the middle. So nobody attacks defenses like Brett Favre. Every throw is aggressive, confident, and fearless. So they come out in a single back formation. They run it with Terrell Davis, who runs right up the middle, breaks off the tackle. They come back in a single back formation again, and Terrell Davis has to take a breather, but the backup can run it as he gains 7 yards on a carry. Dolphins defense can't stop this run as the Packers are coming at it. A read option with Brett Favre. You don't see that often as he runs right up the middle, and he gains 18 yards and a first down. Brett Favre says, I'll put this game in my hands. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line after Brett Favre makes a long run. Brett Favre drops back, hits his receiver, Tim Brown, who catches it. As Brett Favre feels the pressure, he tries to run outside and gets sacked. The Dolphins sack him for a good loss on the play. It's exactly what they need right there. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line now. Brett Favre seeing the pressure from the defense as he dices them up. Michael Bates gets in for the Packers touchdown. Just when the Packers took a mean sack to bring them back, Brett Favre finds a way, dicing up this defense. So we told you, he can attack defenses like no other. But after that touchdown and a PAT, the Packers go up by a 3-point lead in this game. Dolphins field their kick return. We have number 85 right there. That's Joey Galloway, who takes the ball to the 30-yard line. Marvin Harrison on the day, 4 targets for 3 catches. He got 28 yards himself and 1 touchdown. Dolphins team is firing on their own cylinders. Talk about a sideline pass as he hits his wide receiver, Joey Galloway. Marvin Harrison, featured greatest of all time for the Colts. And can't even throw! Oh my God, sorry, Kerry Collins throws the interception. Packers get a pick 6. Kerry makes a mistake as Brett Maxey and the Packers take advantage of the terrible read. As he tried to hit Marshall Faulk, Maxey comes away with it all over that running back. There's a classic Dolphins pick 6 right there, and that's gonna haunt that quarterback. The young quarterback, he doesn't turn the ball over much, but he turned it over right there. Packers go up 24-14. Dolphins get a chance to receive the ball again as they get ready to come back on offense. Kenny McCardle doesn't know what to do as he tries to zigzag through the kick return defense. Kerry needs to get it together. Coach Rello is trying to hype up his team. Go back out there and throw the ball this time, but not to the defenders, to your players. Got to be careful with the ball as he hits a tight end. Shannon Sharp gaining 11 yards on the pass. Collins isn't flashy, but he is calm. Calm quarterbacks is exactly what you need in a Super Bowl run like this. Keep that composure. Green Bay Packers lead 24-14 in the 1996 Super Bowl. Marshall Faulk is one of the featured running backs as he hits the running back. Marshall Faulk running a trail route, gaining 13 yards on that reception for a first down. The Packers come back in a 4 defensive lineman front. Motion right from Marvin Harrison. They run the play-action pass. Finds the receiver wide open in the middle. Joey Galloway gets the touchdown. Miami Dolphins, after throwing a pick 6, Kerry Collins comes back and ducks it up to Joey Galloway. For Miami Dolphins, finding their way back into the Super Bowl. Dolphins make it 24-21. They spotted the Packers some points. Unfortunate. The Packers in their offense, after completing 68 yards and 1 touchdown today, come right back on the field. 2 of those incompletions were almost interceptions during that first drive. See if the Dolphins defense can try to hold this team up. So a false start is going to bring this team back. Brett Favre drops back, tries to run it as he gets ran down by Willie McGinnis. Brett Favre drops back, another penalty on the Dolphins this time, as that one goes for a loss, but the penalty will probably give positive yardage. So the Packers take advantage of that penalty. It was just a loss. It becomes a 2nd and 8 from the 28-yard line. Brett Favre finds his receiver, Tim Brown, who gets tackled shortly after getting a reception. Packers call timeout. 2 timeouts left. 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Brett Favre surveys the field, hits his receiver who jumps. As the defender tried to get an interception, he ran right past the running back. 1st and 10 from the 47. Brett Favre throws it down the field. Receiver holds on to it through the traffic. That number 3 wide receiver right there is a monster. I think he's a number 1. Catches everything. Had 120 yards in the last matchup. As their tight end, 87, Ben Coates catches the ball and trucks for a 1st down. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. 23 seconds left. No timeouts for the Packers. Brett Favre surveys the field, launches it up, and almost throws an interception. San Francisco. Tell you what, these tickets, this is 1996, so you could get a Super Bowl ticket for about $50 as he almost throws the interception. As the Packers end up having settling for a field goal, extend the lead. Now it's 27-21 for the Packers. Dolphins get ready to take the ball. They got 9 seconds to try to do something with it. 6 seconds. They got one last shot. They're trying to put at least 6 on the board. Kerry Collins drops back, hits his receiver, and he drops it immediately. Number 85, Joey Galloway, who just had the touchdown, drops that ball as he got scared by the safety. There's a motion outside. Kerry finds a receiver, Kenny McCardle, who almost breaks it. Falls down short of the 50-yard line. So that's going to be it for you guys, as this is our halftime show. There's no celebration like Michael Jackson or something like that in the 1996, but we do have a bunch of highlights to show you, as this is your halftime report. So earlier today, as you can see, Shadow and Marvin Harrison, you can pass defenders as Marvin gets a touchdown and does a skip bop. Whatever hell that dance is, he's watching his kids too much. Terrell Davis jukes the shit out of a defender. And Brett Favre leads the field with 129 yards and 1 touchdown. Kerry Collins got 184, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Terrell Davis got 129 on the ground, and Marshall Faulk held at bay with only 26 yards. Still got a touchdown. As the Dolphins gets the ball again at halftime, Kenny McCardle tackled down at the 29-yard line. This looks like a real chess match of a football game. They do come out in I formation. Fullback out there, Marshall Faulk gets the ball, and he's getting tackled down by Reggie White. As he come barking, getting the defender in the backfield. Tries to hold the ball a little too long and almost gets intercepted. As defensive end Jones comes in and causes a lot of pressure. And that's going to be a 3 and out for the Dolphins. Packers fielding the ball. A short kick return as they end up just calling a fair catch. Packers offense gets on the field. They hand it off to Terrell Davis, who gets the outside zone and taken down shortly. When Green Bay commits to Terrell Davis, I tell you what, defenses start getting tired. And this is exactly what happens as they get a pancake on a lineman, and Ben Coates jumps up and mosses a couple defenders for the 1st down. The offense is selling, by the words of Coach Terrell. We had a halftime report with him. Brett Favre throws a play action. Brett Favre finds his receiver, and he almost throws an interception. These linebackers keep swatting it. So interception would have been perfect right there, as they give it to Terrell Davis, who shows some acceleration. Brett Favre, empty backfield. He gets ready to dice him up. He finds a receiver wide open down the middle with the crossing route. Tim Brown. The separation is real. Comes down with a rat catch. As Brett Favre launches up. Swats out. Favre needs reliability. Tim Brown is the guy. As he finds his receiver, Antonio Freeman. Sneaky fast receiver. He usually gets past the defenders before they realize he's open, but that one was a short pass as he throws it to 85, Tim Brown, who spins another defender and gets in for the touchdown. Green Bay. Have a day, Tim Brown. As he catches the ball, spins past, and trucks another defender to break the tackle for the touchdown. Brett Favre stayed calm as he had pressure all up in his face. Not enough. Rod Woodson couldn't bring him down. Packers lead 33-21 as they come out for a 2-point conversion. They almost get an offsides penalty. Brett Favre looking, almost throws an interception. So the Packers lead by 12. As the Dolphins, time is dwindling. This is an exciting Super Bowl. Tim Brown after that long touchdown. Joey Galloway, Kerry Collins comes back on the field after that last drive. The offense needs to have a little firepower. Show what they did against the Jacksonville Jaguars in the last matchup. Marshall Faulk can't get anywhere as we're having technical difficulties in the booth. This is the Super Bowl, fellas. What is going on? Marshall Faulk tackled for a loss on the play. 2nd and 12. It's like the broadcast is having issues up there in the booth. In the meantime, Kerry Collins, play action. Throws it, hits his receiver. Marvin Harrison breaks the tackle, but gains 50 yards on the reception. An amazing catch all the way down the field to put the Dolphins back in positive yardage. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Marvin Harrison comes back across the field as Kerry Collins changed the formation. Kerry surveys a holding penalty on the Dolphins as Marshall Faulk gets this, and this is going to be a touchdown, but that's coming back. Unfortunate. They had the play, but the lineman holds. Oh, that hurts. Almost like getting kicked in the nuts right there. What an amazing play and acceleration by Marshall Faulk that gets called back. Coach Rello is not happy with Greg Skrepenak. After a timeout by the Green Bay Packers, they saw something from the offense that they didn't want to play. That's what you call a Kodak timeout. You see the offense come out something and you stop them from running whatever they're going to run. As Marshall Faulk doesn't care what you call, he jukes the defender. So as Kerry drops back, hits Shannon Sharp, tackle down right there. As Kerry almost throws it, trying to hit Joey Galloway, and that's when swatted down. Dolphins offense is coming up short. This Packers defense is just stout. As a high punt return right here. Bounces. The Packers get the ball at the 15-yard line as Coach MB tries to get his team ready. Right now, today, they're only at 57% completion on the 3rd down. They're normally at 56, so they're doing a little bit better than their league average. Favre comes out, hits his tight end. As Brett Favre gets the shotgun pass, he lofted that over the defender. And he throws another quick pass, screen, tackled shortly after a gain of 3. As Terrell Davis gets the ball and only runs for 2 yards based off a running game. As Brett Favre looks to survey and overthrows his receiver. The Dolphins defense comes up clutch. Michael Bates couldn't get that one. Number 85, Joey Galloway, tries to spin, does put a defender on his knees, but taken down. So Marshall Faulk, talking about an RPO pass, looks identical until the ball is already going. So he takes that RPO pass for a 1st down. Kenny McCardle, empty formation for Kerry Collins and the Dolphins offense as they try to have a little bit of urgency. 44 seconds left on the 3rd quarter. As Kerry doesn't have anything open on that screen pass. 36-yard line, 38 seconds left. Kerry drops back, hits his receiver, Joey Galloway. There's another quick pass, tosses it outside to Marvin Harris, who breaks the tackle. So 2nd and 4 at the 18-yard line. The Dolphins finish out the end of the 3rd quarter, trailing by 12 points as they look forward to putting up at least 3 on this drive. No turnovers, but they need 6. Look at that spin by Tim Brown as he breaks past another defender. So Dolphins get the ball at the 16 at the beginning of this 4th quarter. 11 minutes on the clock. This is all we have. 11 minutes left of football for the rest of this season. Kerry Collins, play action, hits his receiver, Marvin Harrison going for a touchdown! Miami Dolphins getting exactly what they need, 6. Marvin Harrison scores. Barring his PAT, they come within 5. Dolphins get right back on the board. 33-28 at the beginning of the 4th quarter. As the Packers, Michael Bates returns it, gets to the 33-yard line. Tell you what, this is a fascinating Super Bowl matchup. Both teams are throwing the ball all the way down the field, wasting no time on the offense. The Packers come out, hand it off to Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis tackled shortly on a holding penalty. So as the Packers take the ball after the penalty, throws a screen pass to Terrell Davis, who gains more than enough, gets the 1st down, trucks the defender and reaches for it. Talk about a play by Terrell Davis. Overthrows it. 2nd and 10 from his own 44. Launches it again to the outside. 3rd and 10 from the 44-yard line. Brett Favre launches it, hits his receiver. Michael Bates making a name for himself. Michael Bates, as he hits his receiver, Tim Brown, who runs up the sideline. The Packers have the ball at the 11-yard line with 9 minutes on the clock. They lead by 5 as Terrell Davis trucks and runs through his own blocker. Brett Favre drops back, feels pressure, and gets the touchdown. Ben Coates, reliable tight end, number 87, scores as the Dolphins send pressure. Brett Favre feels it and dumps it off right in time. Dolphins get ready to field a kick return. It's going to be Joey Galloway, who gets to the 31-yard line. Carey hits up Shannon Sharp, who trucks a defender. Oh my gosh. And he grew up out in the backwoods of Georgia. Shows some strength. Marshall Faulk gains yardage, trucks a defender. Carey in the offense, 1st and 10 from the 41. Hits his receiver. His receiver is wide open. Joey Galloway, I told you not to let him get behind the cornerback. Touchdown, Dolphins. Now, I tell you what, the fireworks is just going off in the stadium. I don't know if the Super Bowl planned on shooting this much. Look at Joey Galloway, 28-yard line. So Terrell Davis has a total of 163 yards on the day. They can get the ball back and try to do something. As they can't, Michael Bates comes out on a deep in route. As Brett Favre finds a receiver out in the field, he threw it right in the bucket. Almost as if the spit on Tim Brown's hands applied enough loogie for the gloves to just snag that. Brett Favre on the offense, 1st and 10 for the 37-yard line, up by 5. Does a handoff, a halfback draw, a bad handoff from the center. Brett Favre gets the ball, and as the defender tries to go for the intercept, he lets the, oh my gosh, Antonio Freeman catch the ball for a 1st down. All he had to do was swat, but he went for the interception. A lack of discipline from the Dolphins defense. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. 2nd and 6. Terrell Davis gets the ball, runs it, gains 3 yards on the rush. Can they defense step up to win the Super Bowl? As Brett Favre surveys, gets a receiver wide open. Ben Coates goes in for another touchdown. That's going to extend the lead by an extra 7 right here, barring this PAT. Good. Packers lead by 12. Joey Galloway does have 5 catches for 102 yards. He has 2 touchdowns himself. Solid return outing, but that one was just a bad return. They lose 2 yards on that one. So 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Kerry Collins launches it, hits his receiver, Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison almost breaks it, but gets tackled shortly as he trips up over the quarterback. Kerry Collins comes in a hurry up as he tries to throw it, motions Marvin Harrison in a shadow motion, gives it off to Marshall Faulk, who breaks the 1st tackle, tries to truck past another defender, and they don't have enough time on the clock to be running these type of plays. They're risky. They take too long to develop. And right now, Kerry Collins is trying to keep this offense in a quick hiking motion. They run another play action, have the receiver down the field. Marvin Harrison again. They still have all 3 timeouts, 3 minutes left on the clock. Finds another receiver. That's Shannon Sharp. And I told you that this is YN Sharp. This isn't Unc Sharp yet. 1996 is the year. YN Sharp catches that ball for a good 4 yards as Marshall Faulk motions out. Finds another receiver as he runs a post route. Marvin Harrison, 10 catches for 158 yards as Carey gets the drop back. Oh my gosh. Now, not only was that a bad play, but it actually helped the offense. That drop right there stopped the clock. 2nd and 28 from the 12-yard line. Kerry Collins drops back, finds a receiver. Number 30, he's taken down short. Hurry up offense. Carey drops back, hits number 30 again. They need Marshall Faulk on the field. This guy can't run it. As they run out and hurry again. 4th and 4, 4th and 6. No, give Marshall Faulk enough time to get on the field. Don't hike it. Just let the 2-minute warning go. You need your best players on the field at all times as the Dolphins trail by 12. 2 minutes left on the clock. 4th and 6. This might be the last drive of their season. As that ball gets swatted down, and all they need to do is just kneel it, get the 1st down, waste these 3 timeouts. And this team is going to be your 1996 Super Bowl winners. Terrell Davis gets the running back, and he gets the run and takes it for a 1st down on that 13-yard run. Dolphins, as Terrell Davis gets another halfback dive. They call timeout. Coach T. Rillo is not letting this season go away. He's keeping hope. They trail by 12 with only a minute and 49 seconds left. Not enough timeouts to stop the inevitable. Packers get ready to celebrate. An offside penalty is going to be exactly what they need as Terrell Davis runs it and gets the 1st down. Your 1996 Super Bowls champions, Green Bay Packers, get the first down as they have a penalty. They're going to decline it. He's just being a sore loser. I respect it. Let your team embrace this Super Bowl visit that they had, but unfortunately, Miami is going back home. First ever 20-0 undefeated team, your 1996 Green Bay Packers, led by Brett Favre and Terrell Davis, ran all over every single team, comes out, wins the Super Bowl, shows this Miami Dolphins and Kerry Collins what it is. What's up? Put a ring on my finger, that's what's up. Green Bay Packers are your 1996 champions as they dump the orange Gatorade on the coach. I hope you guys bet on orange and not blue. You can turn that into a nice parlay. As Brett Favre and the team celebrates, Kerry Collins can't do nothing but shake his head. Your 1996 Super Bowl champions. First ever undefeated team. When we go back and look at the stats, Kerry Collins had a day. 33 completions on 42 attempts, 436 yards. And I tell you what, the one mistake of the day that you cannot do is turn the ball over, and Kerry Collins did it on his second drive. Pick six. That might be the game changer right there. Brett Favre, on the other hand, 31 for 40, 339 yards, 77 completion percentage. Terrell Davis had a day on the ground. Monster. Chomping it up. Not only did they have 339 yards passing, they had 155 yards on the ground. Marshall Faulk held to nothing. His first low yardage rushing attempt of the year. Marvin Harrison had a day. 10 catches for 158 yards. Joey Galloway, 5 for 102. I'll tell you what, not only did Brett Favre have an amazing year, get the MVP, he also was the Super Bowl MVP. This is an amazing game. Tim Brown, 8 catches for 101 yards himself. Michael Bates, tell you what, this wide receiver 3 right here, Packers might have to franchise tag this guy because he's going to be going. On the defensive end, Vance Joseph leads the day with 12 tackles. Charles Haley had a half a sack. No one else had a sack on the day. Brett Maxey had a pick 6. So as we sign out, your Super Bowl champions, 1996 Green Bay Packers, go home glorious and victorious.